In this lesson, we'll be discussing a crucial aspect of staying organized during your application process, which is using a project management system and a calendar. By incorporating these tools into your application process, you're going to navigate the very complex application process a lot more effectively and with less stress. So let's dive in and explore some tips and best practices for using project management software and a digital calendar to stay organized. Choose a digital calendar that works for you. So this is really crucial. I suggest using Google Calendar. It offers excellent functionality and integration with other tools. However, you can choose any calendar application that you either already use or that you like and that you know you will use daily. So the key is to find a calendar that is like visually appealing, user-friendly, natural and intuitive to you, something that you can use on your computer and your phone, and something where you can really sync your personal calendar, your work calendar, and eventually the project management system that you choose. Choose a project management software that works for you. There are a lot of moving parts in the application process to keep track of. So I suggest you use project management software like Basecamp, Nifty, or Asana to streamline the process and keep track of everything. So each of these tools, they offer like task tracking, reminders, a place where you can keep your notes, and keeping everything in one place can really simplify your workflow. If you already use a project management software, like, I don't know, it may be some other one like Trello or Notion or something like that, feel free to keep using it. There's also Cascade. There's so many different ones you can choose. If you want a suggestion from me and you're just like, oh, I feel overwhelmed, I don't want to look up a bunch of ones, I would just use Basecamp, Nifty, or Asana. And if you're like, I still don't know which one to pick, as of the recording of this lesson, I would say go with, and if you're looking for a free solution, go with Nifty. It's a pretty new project management software, which means they're working on it and adding lots of features all the time. And I know there is a free tier. Okay. Set reminders and notifications. So it's really important that you set up your notifications so that you don't get too many notifications, but also so you don't get too few. If you get too many notifications from your calendar and or from your project management tool, you may start to ignore them and find them annoying, which is something that can happen to me. But if you get too few reminders from your calendar and your project management software, you may miss things. So you really want to, very early on, once you have chosen a project management system, you want to set up your mobile and desktop notifications and your browser notifications to say, do I really want to be notified every single thing, any little thing happens? Or do I want to receive a daily digest via email or maybe a weekly digest? I mentioned it earlier, but just be sure to sync your calendar. So you want to sync your personal calendar, if you can, your work calendar, and then also the project management system is going to have its own calendar, and usually you can subscribe to that calendar, and you can also, so you then sync that one as well, so you can see everything in one place. If you have questions about syncing your calendar, or you're just like not sure what we're talking about or how to make it work, no worries. Just post in the forum and we'll be happy to help. Customize and categorize. So let's say you've chosen your calendar and you've chosen a project management system. Now we need to tailor the project management system to your needs. So you can create categories or labels to distinguish different stages of your application process, like how we have the 8 stages of the application roadmap, or you could color code or categorize the types of tasks within your application process. Like you might have things like test related task or essay related task. You can categorize and color and have fun with that, but also remember to keep it simple and don't get too sucked in by doing that. Coloring and categorizing all your notes and tasks and perfecting the project management tool. You can get really sucked into that and end up focusing more on that than actually moving forward and getting things done. Prioritize and break down tasks. So breaking down your application process into smaller, manageable tasks is a powerful strategy. In fact, that's exactly what we're doing with the application roadmap. So instead of handing you an Excel spreadsheet with 100 tasks and we're just like, just check them off as you get them done, we've actually broken those 100 or so tasks down into 8 stages. And so that way you get the feeling of making real progress progress as you work through the 5 to 10 lessons of a stage, and as you complete each lesson, and as you complete each stage. So as you work your way through the application roadmap, you can add tasks that we mentioned to your project management software. And so one thing I would say is, with the exception of putting school deadlines, which may be, 6 months away or even 12 months away. So with the exception of those, I don't suggest adding tasks that are more than 90 days away. It can be really easy with project management systems to get overwhelmed if you open it and you see that you have 90 plus tasks open that you need to complete. So instead of putting every task in there up front and then kind of getting overwhelmed, just focus on adding in your school deadlines and then add in the tasks for your application process as you work your way through each step of our application roadmap. All right, decide how you will manage your documents, such as your essays and resumes. So most project management systems actually allow for document storage and even version control. And so that version control is where you can upload a document and then you're like, oh, I have a new version. And then you upload the new version, and that new version replaces the link, is replaced at that link where the old version was. And so having a centralized location to store all your application materials ensures easy access and prevents confusion about like different versions. That'll save you time and energy so that you can focus on the actual application process instead of finding essay version 7.6 or whatever. I like to keep documents in Google Drive. So I really suggest that instead of having lots and lots of versions of your essay, to just use one Google Doc for each essay and to have those Google Docs in folders in Google Drive. And then link to those documents or those folders in your project management system. I prefer doing that versus uploading documents directly to the project management system, but it's up to you if you'd like to do that. In the application accelerator, what we do is every client has a Google Drive folder. It's called their client folder. Inside of that, we have subfolders, so it's very nice and organized. And so then anytime the consultant or the client needs to reference a document, say the client is like, can you edit my Stanford Knight Hennessy scholarship essay? They don't upload the essay or anything. It's already in a Google Doc inside of their Google Drive folder, and they're just providing a link to it to the consultant. And then the consultant and the client, they're working from the same document. We're not uploading documents. We're not dealing with different versions in Microsoft Word. I really suggest using Google Drive. All right, those are my tips for you about using a digital calendar and a project management system to stay organized in your application process. If any of this is confusing, we are here to help. Post in the forum. We'd love to help. And screenshots are very, very helpful of whatever's giving you trouble or whatever you have confusion of. Or if there's even a screenshot of something you saw online that, how do I get my stuff to look like that, and see if we can help. All right, thanks, and see you in the next lesson.